So, let's see. Oh, I have a hairpin and I can move around here. Limits and demonstrations. Ah, okay. So I actually heard about this, actually. So Kentucky Route Zero is a 5-act game, as you can probably tell. But in between the main acts, they also released some, like, interlude games, I think they described them as. So it's kind of like Night in the Woods had an interlude game that I also did a YouTube thing of. I forget what it's called now, actually. Was it In the Shadows? No, something like Autumn Dusk. Something like that. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, let's check out limits and demonstrations then. Reaper says they were lucky that they just accepted the deposit for it instead of a lawsuit. Yeah, I guess when contracts get drawn up, it can be quite difficult to work around that. Cat did nothing wrong, he's totally not biased. Yeah, of course not. Alright, so limits and demonstrations then. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a large range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of Vertex Texture Fetch to the infamous Visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of a distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? That was a lot of art talk, I guess. Oh, are we a tour guide? Perhaps. Basement Puzzle Number 2. Artist, Sunset and Horse. 1976. Plaster and Wire. What do you think she meant by puzzle? Can you read the covers of those books? Solemn, sad. What do you mean? What do you think she meant by puzzle? Yeah. Oh, it's Emily, Bob, and Bill. Aha. Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve? Ben, not Bill. They must be symbols. Artist, sunset, horse. Or it's an anagram? Or like a code? Or it's just a misdirection? Maybe it's not a puzzle, but it's just about a puzzle. Maybe. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That is kind of sad. So yeah, I didn't really get a good look at Emily, Bob, and Ben. Let's have a look at this one. Overdubbed Nam June Paik installation in the style of Edward Packer. 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. Ooh, how does it work? How does it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along with it. And just listen to the recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I'm in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Let's examine the cards first. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Encoded in the holes punched through these cards is a first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punched cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version was pretty underwhelming. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. So let's activate the computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note. Caves. The other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. We'll do caves. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. Oh, Donald's in the distance. It's a trail! It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Walking sounds. Now, we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. Yeah, that's the only choice? Yeah, usually they give you an option to back out. Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. Remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. Remember regret. Remember. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then, who knows? I'm hearing some interesting stuff in the background here. I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here's a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show. Then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and then finally ended up at the diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So, I'm also out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. No instructions? Go back a bit. Maybe we just missed something. I should stop then. Go back a bit. Maybe we missed something. Really? We've gone so far. Is there anything else we can do here? Is there anything else we can do here? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Maybe we missed something. I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Donald's in the distance. Think of our work, our research. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the Zero. Ah, Zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail. And then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. Oh, indeed. Okay. Sounded like we were building up to a car crash there. Whoa, wow, look at that. Someone's face. Okay. Visage, 1984, unknown media. What is that made of? What kind of machines are those? I found this profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob? What kind of machines are those? Looks like... Yeah, teletype terminals and an old PDP tape cabinet, I think. Or something from that period. My uncle used those to slice a visage to build a visage and puzzle to its owner. What? Jan's dog keeps nibbling me. Well, pay attention to your dog. I'm sure they'll stop nibbling you eventually. It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. I think it's lovely. Okay. Well. I like the impossible space of this exhibition, by the way. What's this TV? Vertex texture fetch. Tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968. Found materials. This seems kind of like your thing, Bob. The picture on the TV. Nice plants. What's the picture on the TV? What is that? It's a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane. Or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? Looked like a lighthouse. At least on the TV that we were looking at in Act 1. Spinning coin, suspended, corrected for angular motion. 1976, found materials. What a lonely image, feels so strangely alive. Didn't you... Ben, didn't you have one of these? Oh yeah, I did have an old microfilm reader like this. I got it at the garage sale. Couldn't figure out what to do with it. That's my whole shed. Just a bunch of weird, obsolete electronics I thought I might use. At least it's not in a landfill. Someday! Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'll just sell them for scrap when the price of lead and plastic goes up. Maybe. Jan's dog is a good boy, but he wants to eat me. Well, maybe you should let the dog eat you, you know? Just like, take a little pinky finger. Maybe they're hungry, actually. Maybe that's why they're nibbling you. I guess everything gets broken down eventually. Okay. Now I wonder, can you repeat the exhibitions? This is the puzzle one. If we stop moving, do we get the option for the eye? I think I might have gone a little bit too far. Doesn't seem like I get the option to do the exhibitions again, or at least the first one. Does look like the road map actually, the constellations at least. Is this, yeah, same thing again. So we read all this before. I was actually trying to get the angle for the exit, I think. Real Pie Master suggests, pretend to throw a ball. It'll give you a good 20 minutes before he realizes what happened. Yeah, dogs are dumb. Kenai's dumb as well, actually. He's like a dog. He's like a cat dog when he goes trying to fetch for stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. I'd like to look around a bit more. Yeah, this show is exhausting. I need to get worked in. Let's go. Let's look around a bit more. I want to see if I can do the tape reader exhibition again, because that one was pretty complex. It seemed like there were lots of options. We had the caves card, but there's also an entire blank card we didn't look at. Oh god, he already knew I didn't throw a real ball. Guess I'll be kibble now. Yeah. Okay, is this... Yeah, this is the tape recorder one. So, if I move up... No? Doesn't seem like I can do the tape reader one again. No. Okay. Well, at least Bob and Ben get to look at the artwork a bit more. But it doesn't look like I can interact with anything else here, so... Let us exit the exhibition. Alright, so you can hear the sound of the angular microfilm reader, and then the exit should be coming up. There we go. Too far? Too far. There we go. Aha. Alright. I need to get to work anyway. So, I guess that would be limits and demonstrations. And now we will enter Act 2 of Kentucky Route Zero. Oh, nice and close. Attention, Lula Chamberlain, RE your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your OBT SVT Robert. I don't know what OBT SVT is supposed to stand for. I think Lula would have some grace and just fold the letter and put it up into her handbag. She opens a folder on the desk labeled Proposals or writing paper. Proposals. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, site, hospital, proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal number 2, site, distillery, proposed use, graveyard. Proposal number 3, site, basketball court, proposed use, kennel. Ooh. I think turning a basketball court into a kennel is probably the least worst option out of these. Yeah. Basketball court abandoned due to hazardous increase in stray dog population. Already full of dogs. Huh. Lula stamps the proposal. Endorsed. Alright, number 1. Hospital. Proposed used auto dealership. Oh, we get to... okay. So let's review proposal number 1. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administration offices could be repurposed into showrooms. So, the hospital closed down because of sanitation violations, and the dealership itself doesn't have very good sanitation requirements. Well, I suppose the requirements are not strict, which is better. Reaper's going to be leaving. Bye, guys. Bye, Reaper. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. And Yan says, I fried an egg and ate it with some rice, and it tastes really good. Yeah, it is good. It's basically half of a donburi bowl, what you ate. Because they have like chicken or duck or something in a bowl with rice and grated carrot and kimchi and noodles. Or you can swap the noodles out for rice. I think it is actually rice for donburi. But yeah, basically just had rice donburi. So the hospital was closed to sanitation requirements. No, I'm gonna pose this. Oh, I don't get to do the second one. Okay, well. Rick clears his throat. Busy. It's not important, buried. How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain. So, did you get my note? About the office party? I'm going stag. About the proposals? I've just finished them. I've just finished the proposals. Oh, great. Okay. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? So, mundane office life for Lula Chamberlain, I see. Act 2, Scene 1. Oh, that wasn't even a scene. The Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Ah, we're here. Cool. Alright, let's talk to Shannon. She's a human. We'll talk to Homer next. Didn't we just pass this place? Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like an office building. Looks like a cathedral. What do you think? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building and a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? I would say that we are outside. Both? Both. No, we're outside. Yeah, outside any man-made structure, I guess. Just feels like it's still inside, since we can't see the sky. I guess that's true. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Maybe. Hey, Homer. Get a good rest in the truck? This leg is getting kind of stiff now, Homer. Yeah, Homer, did you get a good rest in the truck? Yeah, I know you love a drive. I do too, usually. The wind in your ears? Yeah, I saw you back there, Homer. Yeah, I saw you back there, you old dog. Okay, so there's the barrier. My leg is still not great. I wonder if I can do anything with that fishing pole. No? Okay, fair enough. Dum dum da dum. Can I walk down the stairs? Nope, doesn't seem like it. That's fine as well. I guess we will go to the barrier then. End of the line? Seems that way. Maybe it's still under construction. That does look like it's more under construction than end of the line. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. I guess so. Guess we'll go around. Ah, a bell. Can I go downstairs? No, okay. Alright, let's ring the bell. Ding 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 ding. Hello there, madam. Receptionist. Mary Ann. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost. Want to settle a bet? What? I am kind of curious about what Shannon's going to go with here. I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up? He says we're outside, but I think we're inside. Oh, right, yeah, no, that's good. He says we're outside, but I think we're inside. Wow, okay, is that like a philosophy thing, or are you just lost? Yeah, I guess it is a bit philosophical. Huh, okay. I wouldn't say you're dressed like a philosopher. How am I dressed? You work, like me. I take care of the heating and cooling and watch the front desk. You know, at first I thought you were here delivering whiskey for our little celebration. But you don't look like one of those boys from the distillery either. Oh, the distillery one we didn't get to approve or endorse. What are you celebrating? Yeah, what are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand the better. When I'm here I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot and listen for the bell. When I get home I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? That's the idea. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? No. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system. So you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon and wanders out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area. Just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Okay, let's look here. TV's in the wall. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. Another TV. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across the beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. And looks like Marianne's back. Hello, Marianne. Don't mind me. Oh, she even looks at us as we walk around. Oh, we could have read about the grotesques. Look at the books. I see. Okay. 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Let's pick up the envelope. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. See. Maybe it'd be very handy that we have picked that up. Perhaps. Who knows? And of course we can't do anything with the lift yet, so let's go and talk to Marianne. I'm sure she's staring at us and wondering what we've been doing, ignoring her. Marianne! Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient. You never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk, and she doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there. 5th floor. Alright. Okay then.